Become the kind of person who can walk into a room and connect with people on a level that no one else can. And the way that you can do this is to be the person that people want to get to know. And if you want to be the person that people want to get to know, you have to have gone and put yourself voluntarily through things that would have built you to a point that is respectable, clearly respectable to people. One of the easiest ways to do that is to have a nice physique. It talks without you having to say anything. You can walk into a room, people are going to look at you and they're going to say, that motherfucker works hard. They have discipline, they have focus, they have intensity. How do you talk? Do you talk to people in a way that is calm, collected? You control the tempo, you control the pace of the room? Or are you rushed? Are you uncalibrated? Can you not hold eye contact? You have to become the kind of person that people want to get to know. If you really want to make an impact with people, get to know people, get into the right rooms, be the kind of person who deserves to be in those rooms. Because people in rooms that you want to be in are people who have experience in life. And this is what's incredibly important, that you don't neglect yourself and isolate yourself in a room. Telling yourself that you have to work so hard by yourself until you get to the top and everyone knows who you are. Because what you'll do by doing that is that you're going to isolate yourself to ways of thinking about life. You're going to isolate yourself from opportunities and ideas. There's only so much you can learn through the internet, but there's so much more that is learned by getting to know people, getting into rooms physically, sparking conversations, being of value to where people want to know you and also help you share value with one another. And it's really not that hard if you're willing to push yourself through the things that feel hard in the beginning, but they will become easier. And for me, it all started with fitness. It started with getting in shape, having a nice body, being able to start there with something that's easily in control. That was step one. That built the confidence, that built the work ethic, that built a little bit of, all right, momentum. Let's get a little bit of momentum and rhythm happening. People starting to notice it. I'm starting to learn how to push myself. Now from this point, I started learning business. Started doing personal training in a gym for a couple of years. Becoming sociable, learning how to help people and teach them the right cues and understanding how to communicate on a different level. After 5 years of doing that, bring it out until online, you start learning other skills. So what you do, and what I did, was I set goals that forced me to expand. And if you can keep doing that and expanding yourself, once you have an overwhelming amount of evidence of expansion and you walk into a room, people know it. It's the way you walk, it's the way they hold yourself. It's the energy that is emitting from you, that you're vibrating, the frequency that you are vibrating. People can tell. But they can tell through all the sub-communications that you developed from everything that you did behind the scenes. From developing yourself, being curious, willing to push comfort zones. So when you combine that, and then you combine it with getting out and meeting people and learning valuable skills from that confidence you were developing from getting in shape, now opportunities start coming your way. All of a sudden you're talking to people that you used to respect and admire at a level that they were up here in your eyes, but now you're talking on the same level. You built up your self-worth. You proved it to yourself. So if you're at a point to where you're feeling that maybe you're not deserving of being in those rooms, well, maybe that's your conscious telling you that you're not doing what you know you should be doing to feel good enough about yourself to be in those rooms and not feel less. Maybe that's your sign to start actually doing those things. Hit up the gym. Take care of your diet. Watch the thoughts that you have, whether they're positive, whether they're negative. Start talking to people, whether you feel nervous or not. Start providing value to the world. Start being beneficial to other people. If you can do this, if you can start this journey and keep growing, you'll start walking into rooms with a different energy about you. People will ask you questions. You'll start attracting things. But it doesn't happen alone at your desk. It doesn't happen alone at your desk, isolating yourself, thinking that you need to hustle and bustle and not know anyone because everyone's lazy and have this weird perception of the world and how people are from maybe some reel you saw online. You'll be very careful of the narratives that you're allowing to come in, that you're starting to believe. Because a lot of them online have hidden incentives behind them. Hidden incentives to get you to fall into the indoctrination that they take on within their business for profit. And there's nothing wrong with a degree of business and profit. I'm not demonizing that. All I'm saying is be careful and look at incentives and what it can possibly mean to you if you adopt that worldview. Because everything is a worldview. Everything is simply how you view the world, which will then determine your actions, which will then determine your results. So be careful of the worldview that you take in. If you take on a worldview that doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve the people around you, it'll do a lot of harm. So why take that on? Why take that worldview on? So as you're growing, push yourself into different environments, meet different people. Don't isolate yourself. Don't think more of the same is always a good thing. If you want to change your reality, you must change things about your current day-to-day actions. Change your environment. Talk to different people. Take in different ideas. One of the easiest ways to start expanding your brain is to physically change your environment. Get around different places. One of the easiest ways is the physical manipulation of things. You don't want to get stuck. You don't want to stay still. Because you're not actually staying still, you're reverting. So get out of that bubble. I had that trap, I was in that trap for way too long. It's very easy to get out of it if you start paying attention, being aware. So watch these videos, understand, learn. Start working on yourself. If you're not working out, start working out. If you need help with working out, links. Start working out. Taking care of your food. Watch your mindset. Watch the ideas that you're taking in. And start changing things up. Add a bit more variety into your life. Us humans, we're meant to explore. We're meant to be curious, so be a curious cat. And from all the things that you learn, now you can utilize that knowledge and implement it right now into your current life with fresh perspectives. Rather than just thinking this is the only way. It's not. Expansion, open-minded. Put yourself out there and develop yourself. Be the kind of person that people want to be around and watch your entire reality change.